You punch me, I no punch you. You punch me, I no punch you. You punch me, I no punch you. Finally, Ministry of Health committee almost set it up for Ralph, NNS, no SSM no. And your report akwa ministry no. But before that no, you better call it Chakodio because with here you may not Chakodio air trendy. Because for no match Chakodio trendy you know. Omu PRO and the full stop MBC trend so. I got straight for. Merci on. So be me a subscribe button so. Now I click the bell notification icon. So now if you follow your Facebook, yes, and Instagram, and yes, and Twitter at gossip24.com and gossip24 team. Now feel free. So I bet you the comment section of our share video. So I'm up for so NJB a share. No matter for Kiba Masters and Ediama so pen and Paparia. Contact Kiba Masters for birthday parties, outdoors, engagement, weddings, and then I can't say working out pet and no crying to win the idea. Ubetumi are now. I just say contact Kiba Masters. Ebi ana boy ni subanye and as again ni subanye into break up. Renam Kiba Masters on best level kama number said that screen so. Eti go straight to the story. Yes, say free teacher could you one more. And Sunday I call Ralph St. Williams and a nurse form more red and send some so. Eti anyway and I could you start so trendy with social media. So in fact, me and madam for ran and I post bio social media say oh teacher could you send catch first nugget could you crano ebe answer the calls but teacher could you answer calls biom any idea and mama for comment section because I say oh teacher could you the bounce back in the massive very great any idea but when him in the people I post bia sa post no and a man for who say a man for start speculating stories and pop up and nana pay oh yeah the person of Mr. Daniel Fenyi and yet come on a bia sagete or GES, Ghana Education Service, or more head of public relations. Around that time, our teacher could trend on Facebook. So, I said, Mr. Daniel Fenny, Bedana, and Marco Goneko, Minister of Affairs Hanmano. The Okwe difficult who's you, no abana for baby Bissano. Because, and you know, Mr. Daniel Fenny, I be tapping into the trend. Actual teacher could do full stop. No, this is one. Now, Mr. Daniel Fenny post national, Oko one ba. Upon some for money suggestions, say reinstate teacher koyo, nebi musu bisa omo salary akem, nebi musu oso mu reinstating a be a good thing. Resetting Ghana agenda no, mu reinstate teacher koyo a be send a positive message, nebi musu bisa omo salary da be ne be tuane ade. It's any how much and a man for start to move posting. So GES reinstated Chakojo, GES and this Chakojo back. Chakojo is also about Chanibum, and my man for started posting Chakojo in the old pictures near there and in the old videos. Oh, Kitaba GES Korea and 1:45 p.m. And I'm taking this particular screenshot. This was 39 minutes ago. GES, Ghana Education Service. On my verified page. Why an insertion letter here? Mr. Daniel Fenyi. Na all say. The attention of the Ghana Education Service has been drawn to reports circulating in sections of the media suggesting that Mr. Michael Owusu-Efriye, popularly known as Chagujo, has been reinstated into the service. Almost some Ghana Education Service reports in news, baby, a publication, be say, teacher Chagujo almost also did not be say GES as a teacher. Ghana Education Service wishes to state that the report is false. Mr. Owusu-Efriye has not been reinstated. However, if Mr. Owusu-Efriye believes that his dismissal, which happened in 2021, is contestable, he is encouraged to submit a formal petition in writing for due consideration. The public is hereby advised to disregard the false reports. Thank you, Daniel Fenyi, Head of Public Relations, GES. Now, Mr. Daniel Fenyi say, news are what say na Chakojo back che Chakojo bi aba. Omo fa name back. Omo do fa name back. Na mo say Chakojo fee say, the omo de year no in 2021. Omo yi ni free Ghana yade sua ne yade kiremu kra no. In 2021 so fee say enye ne kwan papa so. Na so fee say obetumi a contest a omo bi o mapono de ato. Ombra, on toilet and famra. No me contest. Ebia na ni da so bi wo ho. Na mo sabe de omo fa teacher Chakojo enche GES mo. Na bi okay. We dey free Ghana Education Service. Na yen ko Ghana Health Service. Na Ghana Health Service ase na be ko na me hu ra video bi. Ah dey so to pray them say enye rafi na odi ase me ko jana kokpo foi. E na rafu a day after so ko no kokpo ya kokko jina street mo eto ei. wo almost fa Kaiser dem Kaiser na fa Yakopon dem Yakopon nti kopia mu e Ghana Health Service no na say Ministry of Health e na ye koye a che say ne e na committee a minister honorable Kwabena Mita ka no esete so mo hwehwe Ralph any nurse ni Madam Rejoice Chocho Bote ensem ni mu no e the report no e bae na report mo de bae no and that screen so we enye editing and say makwa bi na my editing bi dey na we meeting nase na we meeting nase into where first hand report from the meeting report no eni now kai say asami ekwa do a point Madam Chocho Bote say Ralph mo ama ne nsa left no we pra wom ni shoulder no fracture bemu any ade ama manfo akole for Ralph ni arrest ama me catch am say press conference I did kan call so na se no minister no Emma akwa mama for bisa questions but mama ba ku bi so ebe ka say answer na mama for be mo champion Ralph ni arrest be hu say ya arrest Ralph no e wo so mutu investigate hu say ampani pass nurse no enya fracture me kai say mama na say mo kai
come to your attention. Have you also found out forensically whether the nurse in question has the arm or whatever dislocated, because we need to prove that so that it doesn't seem like we are all being used to push an agenda.
Eti na ade ba akopɛ na bema yehu no kra wa asem ni mo regardless of the fact say Madam nurse e dey asem na court na Ralph so dey asem na court die dogoko because Ralph say ono dey onye dey nurse ni ka say why no na was a committee minister set up no e dey report eba enti we the official report from the committee enye editing bi e na makwa na bebi na maye we a report of a committee set up by the Honorable Minister for Health to investigate altercation at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital rage on Sunday 17th of August 2025. 2.1 almost say the remote course Makatas assembly here you will remote course for honomo the ma assembly by here into committee no almost set up say omo hwe assembly mu committee they say so be jina baby catch how say delay be cause so and omode inipa na moto won say Ralph ka say moto di kan bo abrante bi omo say abrante bi enya akwanhia o say den and omode abrante ne ba hospital no Ralph ni di HB say abrante no so be catch say a nurse for delay ya oboa omo say there was no delay in attending to the patient with suspected injury. Who was the reason behind the agitation by Ralph Williams and the motorbike riders that he had been abandoned? No, there was something like that. That patient was not abandoned. There was no delay. Name of issue and I say X-ray, CT scan, MRI. I say what emergency department no na a 40 function. My catch say wo Ghana hano. Yeah, the remote issues no, the real issues no. Yeah, address you. When they are politics. Anyway, you know they are politics. These are the real issues. Almost the X-ray, CT scan, MRI. I will emergency department no. I 40. It's now also more images ni na. What I say? Say images also more ni na. Images so much mean your emergency department. Into also more kwabonte. No more kokoye. Ansana. Se bibi wo hanu ma. Ometumi address in taking care of that particular patient. It's a emergency department in here. Also more koye wabonte. Enunti. Ama de bad. Ema de buy and buy. Point number 2. No, must say the escalating here. I will honor mono. Say, although we CCTV footage be our will be. Our social media say, Ralph ne staff members ni be any altercation. No kweko so nurse ni pobo say den yo obi so ni money ade no. Omonya receive video evidence bia. I betumi a kire say obi attack obi. And on witness bia so to me ka say me hu say ye bu osimesi anase ye de ensaka osimesi enye me na make o say although there is video evidence of verbal or word altercation between Ralph, his colleagues and staff members of the hospital, we are yet to receive any evidence or a witness account of an alleged physical altercation or attack. No documentation wo honomo our hospital no omo information system ni mu. I say Madam Rejoice Chochobote. O prayer. I want in same left arm. Emma just said the next day, 18th of August 2025, no, or by hospital honomo. Ebe Jayarisa. Nemo sebia ne sa ana sebia ne right shoulder joint. Be ne dislocating ya deno. Bibia sa ni medical records mo. A pain relief no mu treating no. And no man the bed rest or damn pemu. Ejojo no wo se na mo photos no. And after so no, man is support from a psychologist. But say be Madam Chocho and panya person his shoulder fracture nsa fracture na de POP abono no. Nche. Se bibia sa ato. De eche ne se nsa ha and we pray almost sa na yare. Ene nurse ni de no. And almost say na ba the Ralph de no so a. Omo invite Ralph. Committee no invite Ralph. Na committee no invite Ralph no. On the 22nd of August, na Ralph agree here. So no dey on be piem o on be jiro mu ni mo. Name o ne obekasa wo phone so. Ne lawyer ka ho, ne lawyer ye hwana Mr. Oliver Womawo. And I say ne lawyer, no mu si okay. To aso ye be interview no 22nd on Ralph to come about Ralph and discontinue interview no on phone. And Ralph submit a written report at the momo. And all the videos can hold as exhibits. A video evidence. I don't have any promise here say video evidence for her. Into Ralph and 12 phone call so or any phone call and or true written reports and the bromo and all the videos I can't hold mamo and omoji. Omoji no. You know who yes okay. Now Ralph no. I am frustrated. Now Ralph the frustration no. I by nurse beer, nurse ne can send me and I did chair Ralph no. Our emergency honomo and a trigger Ralph no. But at no point our Ralph ni videos no de bra omunimu. And omu yes a Ralph de nsaka nurse ni bi anase ojojo nurse ni bi anaso say bi a Ralph ni group no de omo baye no e de omo nsaki can nurse for bi from Ralph ni video no at no point no mu sa. But this place I have a question say. Okay, maybe not from Ralph's video, but can you come from maybe a neutral point say be oh mu review CCTV footage. More review the supposed 7 hours footage. And maybe I more discover here alongside Ralph ni video no. Right? Because Ralph ni video no, Ralph ni POV. The remember here raw POV no would have been the CCTV footage. The committee didn't say anything about that. I just want to make it clear. The committee didn't say anything about that. However, the committee said a lot of things about the raw state of the Rich Hospital. Which the raw issues are. And what's the attack on my way? We need politics there, politicizing every single thing. No? Because here is the committee. Committee they say, oh, we as a friend is saying, committee no, and we say, Massa, state of security, our hospital one no, and you're very poor. And you're very, very poor. Me de kai catch you. Says I will my be more. Hospital. My candidate. Also very, very poor. Almost say there is one security personnel per shift. Our emergency department. A whole emergency department. One security personnel per hour. Who say police post be so our honorable, but the police post no one. Massa. And you're far away from emergency department. No, I had a backup police command. And I usually no from by emergency department so ebe restore camp. Inti na dey see e ada baka for no from Mumbai. Inti say hospital na gaza poli. Number 2, me say these are the real issues and they must be addressed. Number there talks be we 2.1D. Almost say number of nurses and the doctors who are on duty at the time of incident, you know. HSA omo ye understaffed because omo who say staff near inadequate to cater for the number of patients at emergency department and you're inadequate because in the month of August, you know, right? And you're 1 per shift and after so 3 officers per day and 1 emergency specialist per day. And at this Omoba Rich Hospital, almost say the number of medical officers in the month of August is 1 per shift. That's 3 officers per day and 1 emergency specialist per day. It was a day, you know, in a day. Your morning, afternoon, night. One neighbor. Morning shift be a 1, afternoon 1, night 1. Emergency specialist no 1 per day and no more. Almost say doctor be visit emergency department hono mo. Now they say this is my friend no. This is my friend no. What I say? Trauma for a friend and I say be a friend and son as a doctor no every baby for aba. Number of nurses more also no are appalling, highly inadequate. Almost a total of 7 medical officers and 2 specialists were available for duty in August at the emergency room permanently. Say a permanent staffer. Number 7 medical officers and 2 specialists. Almost an example. Out of 88 nursing staff, there is some our emergency department or every month no 54 per and are currently or more at post into 54 and or more rotate or more between day, afternoon and night. 34 are vacated post without replacement. Is your one nurse 40 fee? I say the real issues of this country no obo politicizing no. Your one nurse 40 fee. Into ideally no, I was like 88. 34 if 34 you replace your more. You replace your more. Say be replace your more. I want a penny bit baby. Obey a protocol. Now I j. Masa. I say money. It is the end no. Committee no. I suggest additional way be ministry ni betumi aye, right? Say tio. Almost betumi improve security presence. And after so I was say omo installing CCTV cameras more. What they say? I was supposed to be installing more and then I make almost say 1 recommendations by the committee. Our emergency department or no. 1, improve security presence at the emergency ambulance triage area by adding on other personnel at the gates and ensuring other gates at the emergency department are manned by security personnel and door locks repaired. Very, very important. 2, additional CCTV needs to be installed to cover other caregiving areas in the emergency for monitoring and provide evidence for any investigation. Which means, say, it answers my previous question, right? Say, a beer, giving them the benefit of the doubt. They review the available CCTV footage, but it would have been important. Say, they include that in the report. Say, oh, we reviewed other CCTV, in their other findings, because in the other findings, you don't see, say, someone mention. In the other findings, they only mention Rahaf's own. You don't see someone mention here. Say they reviewed CCTV footage from this area, that area. It would have been very, very essential to this report. You understand? But now they are saying, there should be the installation of CCTV cameras. Say they may be able to be aiding in investigations moving forward. What of the existing one? What do you make of the existing one? That question still needs to be answered, regardless. Almost as you can say, I was say, emergency department they fall short, with respect to staff, with respect to my friend is saying X-ray, CT scan, MRI, the can work, cause delays, with respect to your friend clients, service officers, and office customer care staff, very, very important. Because listen, nurses are different from people who handle customers. You understand? People who come to the hospital, not all of them are patients. The patients are on the stretchers, they will take care of them, but the family, the relatives, and what have you, they have to come into contact with someone who sits behind the help desk. Someone who sits there. These people are people who welcome you with a smile. Hello, how can I help you? What do you want? They are the people who will direct you where to go, visiting hours, and what have you. The nurses are supposed to take care of people. You understand? So everybody needs a specialty. Do you get it? So it's very, very important. Say, committee, it may identify that here. Say, recruit additional administrative managers to serve as client service officers and customer care staff. Very, very important. One thing that we overlook in Ghana. Not or on the mood mu on feel okay it will be crab buff and so this is also very, very important. Build human resource capacity for holistic emergency care and what have you. It's a report, and reveal a lot of things. But I believe, the biggest revelation, will be in the courtroom. The case between Madame Rejoice, Jojo Bote, and Ralph St. Williams will bring a lot of revelations. The other revelation will also be from Nogopo, Sir Ralph, Eddie Asemino, Ekoko and also a lot of revelations. Ebeba. Bano Kennedy, and Yankopon, and the name. I have Gossip 24. Obe to me at or comment section. Now I share video. I'm a first one. Magraheb.